Hello and welcome to this IET.TV interview for the transport sector. I'm Paula Marie Brown, Head of Transport at the IET, and today I'm at the Monaco Yacht Show to interview John Wyborn, who is a member of the PYA Council and Director of Training at Blue Water Yachting. John, thank you for joining me this afternoon on board this beautiful super yacht. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about engineering in the yachting industry and the proposed changes coming through from the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency. Firstly, demand for experienced and qualified engineers is currently outpacing availability. What do you think the super yacht industry needs to do to retain engineers and to recruit more in?
I think there are two problems here. One is that there aren't actually physically enough engineers to fill all the jobs that there are in the industry. So we need to attract engineers from other sectors of the merchant marine, and we also need to train more engineers from scratch. What can we do to actually achieve that? There are some rationalisation of the qualifications offered in the United Kingdom, which is being designed to harmonise how the engineers that work on tugs and work on workboats and work on fishing boats, as well as on yachts, they will all have a similar qualification structure, and there will be cross-recognition of qualifications between those sectors of the industry. So it means we can steal engineers from the tugboat or the fishing boat sector into our industry, which is obviously quite a glamorous and well-paid industry. So I think that's certainly a positive step for us. But we also need to improve the training of engineers.
With your knowledge and experience of the super yacht industry, what is considered career development? For example, a third engineer working on board, how could he or she progress up the ranks to become chief engineer?
The fact is that at this precise moment, a junior engineer working on a yacht, if he wants to progress, will turn up at a school like mine or one of the other nautical training academies and will do a course for a week. And at the end of that, he'll take an exam. Luckily, things are about to change, because the Maritime Skills Alliance, which is an organisation hosted in the UK Chamber of Shipping in London, is developing a set of qualifications called Maritime Studies qualifications, which are small, modular courses adapted to the needs of each industry. And the MEBA, which is the Superyacht Association, it's an association that represents all of the big super yacht companies, and we're members of that as well. They have joined the Maritime Skills Alliance, and so we will be able to develop courses directly relevant to the job of a super yacht engineer. So courses to enhance the skills and develop electrotechnical officers, AV/IT technicians.
Just following through on that then, John, it seems to be then a lack of, a bit of a gap between standard generic courses and training culture on board yachts. How can chief engineers and captains be encouraged or incentivised to ensure some ongoing structured training is carried out to keep crew motivated and help with retention?
In the new structure of courses which the Maritime Coast Guard Agency is developing now, which I referred to earlier for the four different small ship industry sectors, as part of that, a training record book is going to be introduced, which has never existed before. In this industry, as soon as you get a job on a yacht, you're working for a living, and any learning you do comes in the downtime. So that, unfortunately, is a major problem. So I'm hoping one of our challenges in our industry is to develop the culture of training, to develop this mentoring attitude on board yachts. The training record book will mean that the training engineer will have to go to his chief engineer or captain and say, look, I've got to do and accomplish this task. Now, what happens on the deck side at the moment is that they just collect signatures and not very much training happens. We've got to fight this battle to actually encourage yachts to take the actual training that happens on board seriously. What we can do in the nautical colleges is only half of the coin. We can put people in a classroom and teach them some professional background knowledge.
Finally, what role can organisations like the Professional Yachting Association and the IET play in increasing professionalism within the yacht engineering industry?
Well, I think one of the most exciting things that's come out of the show and the initiative of the IET with the PYA is the ability to give engineers on yachts actual professional recognition for the skills that they've developed. And I didn't appreciate until we had our conversation that there were so many grades and levels of membership in the IET, which are appropriate to different levels of training and competence, right the way up to fellow. So I think that's a really exciting step forward, where an engineer who's worked on a yacht and who's taken his own career and professional development seriously can gain an accreditation with an organisation like yours, which would be recognised and understood, not just across the industry but outside it as well. So I think that's a really key possibility that's opening up for the future.